No one can see what I'm headbanging to our theme song. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of news and nerdetry. Nothing tragic this week, thank goodness. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I'm Jason the X. I don't do this by myself. That lady over there. Gotta get my thumbs right here. Thumbs. That's Cora.
Hello. Yeah.
And down there, that is Bryce.
Hey, everybody.
One of the best.
Hope you're well.
His wall's like our studio wall. I got to say, he's done a good job of replicating that with his great posters. And over there in the corner, that is Rick. Down there, over there. And he's got a swear word on his shirt. What's up with that? Your mama wouldn't be happy with that. No. All right, orange. Anyway. Yes, it was a good week today. This was the year anniversary of All Elite Wrestling, and they put on a banger of a show.
They did. That Cody Orange match was bonkers. And he was that close. Like that close. And then turned it out.
I enjoy watching a wrestling promotion that doesn't find out its people are making money outside of the federation with Twitch streaming and says, "Ooh, I want a cut of that money." Damn. Did you hear how that? Basically, he wanted to quit. He wanted to stop until these guys make a lot of money from that, Vince. And they do? I want a cut of that money. It's almost like you wave some money under Vince's nose, and he's like, "What? What? I need some of that money." Luckily, AEW doesn't do that to their people. Anyway, that's been my week.
Tony Khan is an amazing promoter.
Yeah, it's a much better promotion. How have you guys been doing? What have you guys been up to this week?
Well, I have been obviously playing Final Fantasy XIV. There's some stuff that released this week that I'll get into when we talk about the news, and that has been my life for the past 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. Also, early voting in Texas did just let all of our viewers out there know. Early voting is open. If you're in Texas, please go vote. It's important. I went day one. I would not recommend going day one. Bryce, what have you been up to this week?
Let's see. Sleeping and working. Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of that.
There's a lot of that going around. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I've also been trying to get back into my workout routine. I've been slacking lately because it's been difficult with going out of town a lot. So I've been trying to get back to that, and so I'm sore.
I'm trying to get a power cage for my gym here so I can do squats and stuff with a lat pull down.
I want to see that.
I got a rowing machine. It's good.
That's cool.
But hey, okay, Rick, what have you been up to?
Working and staying up way too late, texting, and just enjoying life right now. I've got a big win, so I'm great.
Mm-hmm. I know how that sounds. I know what that sound is.
Oh, and make sure y'all drink apple cider on this nice fall day.
It is it is like we were talking about that. It's probably the best fall day we've had in Texas in a while, with cool weather finally, in October.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not going to last for very long.
What?
It's going to warm up again by Saturday, and then, of course, it's going to go back down.
I need to kill my grass. I'm tired of mowing the yard. So.
Yeah, it's going to do this over the course of the next week.
And that's how people get sick.
Because Texas.
Yep. I'm starting to feel it because I also have allergies, so that's just been hell.
Oh, sneeze around, somebody might get killed. I don't know. Just what?
See, the worst thing is I don't really sneeze a lot when I have allergies. I cough, which is worse.
That's worse. Yeah, I'm afraid to cough in public.
Same. Every time I choke on air because I can't breathe properly because I'm just a disaster, everyone at work just goes, "She's got the COVID," and lock me in a room until I stop coughing.
Yeah, I did that in Target one time, and 5 people turned around and looked at me. I felt bad. Also mad, but I was also I couldn't be too mad because I understand.
Did you find yourself moving slowly towards the bathroom or the exit when you started coughing and sneezing?
Dude, I think I could clear a store if I just had a real good coughing fit and like fell down to the ground or something. Like,
that could be a bit. That could be a bit.
No, I don't want to do that. That seems bad. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I mean, if we just get an entire store on our side with it.
Did you
Just
pull your
panicking
shirt over
people.
your mouth?
And
Did you try to hide?
Oh my God, I saw somebody doing that in the store. Like, I guess he forgot a mask, so he just walked around the whole time like this, like,
I've seen that.
oh God. I mean, A for effort.
Yeah,
Okay?
there was an attempt, but
Yeah, I'll give
Hey,
them
you know what?
some
No,
credit.
I got it. When there's a new toy line coming out that you really want and you want the one to beat you to it, that's when you do it. That's how you clear the store.
You know, yeah, I could see.
don't give him ideas.
But I try to think, like, if somebody would do that to me, I'd be mad as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you
guess
wouldn't
what?
be deterred by someone with a cough doing that.
Yeah,
You would
people-
suffer.
Depending on what it is, I might risk it, you know.
Let's do a biscuit.
We'll get into more of that on alternate heads. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news.
Nerd news.
So kicking this thing off, something we talked about last week was this merger where Microsoft was going to handle a lot of the infrastructure for GameStop. Now, I called this and said, I'm going to go ahead and just I might take a victory lap. I'll not take a victory lap just yet. Not yet. Soon, though. But GameStop and Microsoft have entered a very unique relationship. So the deal is Xbox or Microsoft is going to give GameStop a cut of digital sales on all video games. Hold on, let me get this down. Full games, DLC, in-game microtransactions, and any subscriptions. Things like Xbox Live, Game Pass, things like that. What? Somebody tell me what's going on, because this is two independent companies. Now, they agreed to fix their infrastructure, which to me at the time was kind of fishy. Like, okay, you're just going to help them out of the goodness of your heart. And now we're going to give them a cut of sales from any digital games. Now, of course, people are afraid of brick and mortar stores losing out on game sales when everything is going digital. We're getting 2 digital consoles from our major manufacturers out here.
Yeah.
GameStop did not respond for any comment, but Microsoft did. And they said, we have an incentive structure with GameStop, as we do with many of our partners across multiple channels. So we don't know if the deal applies to like games, other digital content like movies and stuff like that, but
Probably. Yeah.
this is a weird one. Oh, y'all, help me understand this. You're selling my product in your store, but I'm going to give you a cut of what I make just for what? Why am I giving you a cut of my money?
Now, is that all of the details is my question, because I feel like there's other details, like if the digital download or the digital purchase is done through GameStop, or if there's a special code they use. Like, I feel like there's more to it than just that.
Oh, I do too. I absolutely do. I don't know what it is because I'm still trying to figure out why I'm going to give you part of the money I make for no reason. This doesn't make any sense to me. This deal does not make any sense.
The only
Is
thing
Microsoft-
I can, it's
Go
like
ahead,
the only thing I can kind of see is maybe they didn't see the pre-sale numbers as good as they wanted for the Xbox Series X or whatever it's called. Because I don't know, Xbox 4. I'm just going to Xbox 4.
Well, I have a point to make about that. Companies actually lose money on console sales. It's all the game sales they're going to make afterwards. But that's why
Well, that's the thing. Like, if they didn't have enough pre-sale for the new system, that means they're not going to be selling new games for that
But
system.
But I'm just trying to understand. You've bought a digital Xbox, and you download a game from your house from the Xbox that you bought, and yet GameStop somehow still gets some change off of that. Bryce, what were your thoughts on that? As just as a business model, does this make sense?
I'm confused. Yeah, I don't get it.
So
there's a partnership here with a contract in place that somehow is Microsoft keeping GameStop afloat? Did they keep them from going out of business?
I mean, if they're going to get a cut of game sales, I'd say that's going to help keep them afloat. But just, it's not like, I don't understand this deal. And I'm with Cora. There's more here that we're not being told or we're not seeing.
Right.
Because this just makes no sense. If I buy a car and I buy tires for my car, the car company doesn't get a cut of my tire sale. This doesn't make any. You own an Xbox, a digital Xbox, and you download a game from home. You didn't go anywhere near a GameStop. No one at GameStop said, "Hey, I think you should try this game." Or are they going to start doing that?
Then they will probably start doing that. Now, here's my other question now is, if you're Nintendo and you're Sony, what do you do?
Oh, if I'm Nintendo or Sony, I'm already thinking the thumb is being put on the scale against my company. One of my main competitors, along with one of my primary distributors, are going into business with each other, and I wouldn't like it.
So do you create a new company that's similar to GameStop? Or
Now, we talked about this last week. I don't have the answer to that because GameStop already has that infrastructure in place. And nobody's just going to come from behind all of a sudden. I mean, GameStop was already hurting as it was.
Yeah.
I do not have the answer.
This makes no sense. Sorry, go ahead, Cora.
Maybe it's partial, and maybe. Hold on, I'm trying to find my words because my words just kind of disappeared when I was trying to talk. Maybe it is partially, Microsoft trying to keep GameStop afloat by giving them a mini handout kind of thing, and as part of the business deal. But they also see value in the GameStop name and brand, because while they have gone through some turbulence, even especially recently, GameStop is still a very well-known household name. And even if, for example, I don't like pre-ordering from the GameStops around here because of some of the issues that have occurred in my area. And I know that that's not all GameStops kind of thing. But even still, I find myself going to GameStop to buy games because it's one of the few places I know that I'm not going to get screwed over with, surprisingly. Because even though they don't have the best business model, they still don't completely screw over their clientele unless they're trying to sell games back, which that's every company.
Yeah.
Especially, but I think they see the value there and they don't want this to go away because it's still a very unique business market and everything like that.
Yeah, we will
see.
see.
Nintendo and Sony do the same thing with Best Buy?
Theoretically, yes, they could offer some sort of incentive program to them to maybe, and I know they haven't said it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, to push their product over somebody else's.
Right? Yeah.
But while still having their product in a GameStop store. This is all a very confusing deal, and like I said, we're not seeing everything here. Wasn't Microsoft, a question from the chat, wasn't Microsoft trying to stop third-party used game sales years ago? Yes, they were. They did not want you trading off your games with your friends. They wanted to stop people from doing that. Microsoft is real tight on how they keep their licenses. We've seen that with Windows XP and other things like Office 365. And they go after people for pirating or... Remember, I do remember what Spaceman was saying about how they didn't like people giving their games to their friends and saying that, they needed to lock a game to a system. So, yeah, but they did end that. But like I said, this is all. I think it's only a matter. I'm standing by. It's only a matter of time before these stores turn into MicroStop. So
But the thing is, though, they just closed all the Microsoft stores.
they did
Yeah,
all the
they closed
Microsoft
them
stores.
down. Yeah,
Wow.
the one at Strawberry is gone. The one at North Park. So I'm like, because
Here
you
it
could
is.
buy Xboxes there. You could buy games there. They didn't have everything, but they had the newest stuff.
Here
So
it
you
is.
could go to like North Park and buy. You could buy the Xbox. You could buy a laptop. You could buy whatever else is Microsoft owned. But they closed them all down, like right after everything shut down. They're like, hey, we're not going to open these up again. We're just going to shut them down. And then a couple weeks ago, now we have this, hey, guess what? Microsoft and GameStop, we're going to partner up. And now we're saying, hey, we're going to give you a cut of the money. So what I'm thinking is, hey, y'all can still sell Sony and Nintendo, but you're going to advertise us more.
Yeah, which is what I brought up last week. Is probably
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah, you did.
Things are starting to make a little bit more sense. Okay, I'm gonna stick by my prediction, and we'll just wait and see what else is going to come from this unusual deal here. But anyway, let's go on and get on.
This is gonna get ugly.
I have a feeling it is. Let's move on to some movie news. Rick, go ahead and kick it off.
Cool. So, y'all might have seen rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were casted in Spider-Man 3. Guess what? That is pure bullshit. Earlier today, Sony came out and said, no, we are not in negotiations with either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. Of course, this has all been rumors of a Spider-Verse with them all showing up, which was only fueled by the news that Jamie Foxx's Electro was making an appearance in Spider-Man 3, and then, of course, with Doctor Strange coming in also, which is his own movie is being called the Multiverse as well. So, but no, Sony has debunked the rumor that they are in negotiations with Andrew Garfield and with Tobey Maguire, who played the original. Tobey Maguire played, of course, Spider-Man in the 3 Raimi films, and then Andrew Garfield played Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man films. But yeah, that is not happening as of right now.
I
They
have
just
a
said
theory
we're
on
not.
this. I have a theory on this.
They said, "Okay, go for it."
Oh, no. I want you to tell me what's the exact quote.
In a statement, a representative of Sony Pictures said, "Those rumored castings are not confirmed.
Go on.
They're not confirmed."
Go on.
Now, studios don't always comment on casting rumors, but in this case, Sony has debunked the current circulation rumors about Maguire and Garfield. So Sony's statement is clear that these castings are not confirmed. So anyone coming across rumors that the reports of them being involved with Spider-Man 3, take it with a huge grain of salt. Now, that is the current statement. But movie studios lie all the time. Why? To give you a surprise. Right, Jason?
To quote K2SO in Star Wars Rogue One, I find that answer vague. What if the deal is already done? Of course, no, we're not in negotiation with them because we already paid them. I don't buy this. Sony and Disney and Sony, they want that money. And they know that people want this, and they know this decision will probably put butts in the seat. It will put mine in the seat. So I'm still not I'm not believing it. And just from that exact statement you read, that is clearly something to throw you off. Bullshit.
All
So
right,
they-
Bryce, what do y'all think?
Well, so they said that they have not been signed to appear in Spider-Man 3. Is that what you stated? Because doesn't that mean they could kind of dodge it by saying, okay, no, they're not going to be in Spider-Man 3, but what we're not telling you is they're going to be in the Doctor Strange movie.
Also, their answer is just too vague. It's too vague. Also, I mean, they've already worked for Sony before. I think they're trying to throw us off the trail. I don't believe Sony. No, lying to me.
Yeah, I don't believe them either.
Because they know people want this.
The thing is, though, this is only from Sony. we haven't heard anything from Disney.
We'll see. I mean,
So, so part of me is scared that if they do add Toby and Andrew, like we already have Doctor Strange, we're gonna have whatever villain there is, plus we're gonna have Electro, plus possibly Morbius, plus possibly Vulture, plus possibly Scorpion because he made an appearance at the end of Homecoming, and then of course whatever happened with J. Jonah Jameson confirming that who Spider-Man was, plus a possible that Mysterio could come out. That's 6 characters. That's 8 characters already there. So it
can be done.
I'm scared if they cast all this, that it might be too much.
Too much. I got one word for you. Endgame.
But that was 10 years of an accumulation. This is only.
They can.
I don't know. Plus, okay. But
also,
we'll see what happens. We still got like a year and a half, 2 years before this movie comes out. So
they need to go ahead and bring Nick Cage back in there and give him some real money, so he stops making. Oh my God! Who watched that trailer? Who watched the trailer I posted?
Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes.
It was boring.
Dude, was that not the most just batshit insane? I'm done. Go.
I am not paying to see that movie.
Oh no.
No.
There is no way. I want to see this movie, but there is also no way I'll part with any money to see this movie.
Can we put a link to that trailer below after the show?
I wanted to put it on the SCNS page, but I couldn't. I just couldn't
You
do
should
it.
have done it. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it after the show. I'll put a link on the
Oh
SNS
my
page.
God! It just wow.
Movie of the year, Jiu-Jitsu.
It could win.
I mean,
it could win.
You didn't say what category of the year, so sure. Shittiest movie of the year. We'll
That
see.
was not gonna. That's not gonna be in my top 10.
No.
Hey,
I just want to say the universe building with all those characters that you mentioned a few moments ago.
Yeah.
That we're leading towards the Sinister Six, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, so
Yeah.
why not have a bunch of characters? I understand you're concerned for too many, but let's face it, they're looking at what DC and WB are doing together with their multiverse. I think they want to get in on that action.
They really
Unless
should.
this movie will be 2.5 to 3 hours long, and it has to be that minimum. I think it might be too many characters, unless it's 2.5 to 3 hours long.
Well, we're talking about spreading those characters out over the course of what, 2 or 3 films, including The Strange, because we're doing more than one film here.
That is true. Oh my God! What if we get like 1994 Fantastic Four in there?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Okay. And with the mention of that, I'm going to move on. Cora, give me some other movie news. This subject died with 1994 Fantastic. I was serious. Cora, give me the next movie news.
Oh. All right. So this is more like a little addition thing to a story we've been covering quite extensively over the course of the last couple of months. And that is Lupin the Third, the First. Y'all are going to be sick of hearing us talk about it, but I'm very sorry. I just am really excited about this film. We finally have a release date for the DVD Blu-ray. If you want a physical copy of it, that will be out on January 12th. It will also there's also a version of it that will be coming out that is a Steelbook special edition that will include a booklet, 16 pages, with character concept art. So we don't have prices on that, but I mean, you can kind of probably gauge what that'll be, coming out January 12th of 2021. And if you cannot wait that long, you can get a digital copy on December 15th when it releases.
I will be that person getting a digital copy and then go ahead and buying a physical copy when it comes out.
So Jason, you're gonna let me come over and like social distance watch this movie with
Absolutely.
you, right?
Absolutely.
Good. Okay.
You say we're gonna get tired of this. I am so ready for this movie. I love how it looks. Cannot wait. So yeah, December 15th. I'm watching.
And every time we talk about it, I try to get a different screenshot from the movie because every single one it's just gold.
Did we do that at the same time? Did we do that at the same time?
Woo!
Digital high five. Oh.
But yeah, I'm just really excited.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Bryce, you don't have anything movie related this week. Yours is
I do not.
okay. I'll move on with. I got one more movie story. Well, I'll come back to you, Rick.
Okay.
We do have casting for the Mad Max prequel movie, which will feature Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, who did a fantastic job, by the way. But since this is a prequel, taking on the character of Furiosa will be Anya Taylor-Joy, who we've seen in the Glass series. That was the last one she was in, and Split. She was also in New Mutants, which you may not have seen that movie. It's okay, a lot of us didn't. But yeah, she'll be taking on the Furiosa character. And she has said she is going to differ her portrayal of the character because she respects Charlize Theron's portrayal of it so much. I don't know how much I like her saying that. Maybe we're going to see Furiosa becoming the badass, and I'm sure they were going to see how she loses the arm or something. But
I would hope so.
yeah, I mean, she was definitely one of the best parts of. Well, she was one of the best parts of the Mad Max movie. But it's guaranteed that we're not going to see Mad Max in this at all. This is a prequel, and they clearly had just met in the other one. Maybe they'll do like a little cameo. But she is also she's starring alongside the movie Chris Hemsworth and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. So yeah, I know people are like kind of critical of her on this about the portrayal and everything, and of course they were critical of Charlize Theron being replaced. But it is a younger character. I get it. I still would like to see something afterwards with her returning to that character. You know, a Mad Max prequel that has Charlize Theron return to the role. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But like I said, I also have a hard time arguing with it because I really like Anya Taylor-Joy. She's a really good actress. So I hope she does a good job. I liked the last Mad Max movie. I thought it was really good.
Who was she in New Mutants?
She was Ileana Rasputin.
Oh, okay.
She was the dark-haired girl in Split, the one that survived at the end.
Did I watch Split? I don't think I watched Split.
Did you watch Glass?
Wait, no, I didn't watch Glass. I watched Split. There we go.
Okay, she was the last survivor in Split. So she was really good in that. So I like that's where I was really like, I like this actress. I'm going to watch what she does. But yeah, it's a good choice for the role. I cannot deny that. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rick, go ahead with the next movie story.
Cool. So Paramount Pictures has won an auction for an epic film that will have Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot team up again. The movie? Cleopatra. That is right. Gal Gadot will star as Cleopatra in this movie that is going to be directed by Patty Jenkins, which gets me all sorts of excited because, I mean, it's Patty effing Jenkins. And she's an amazing director. I mean, I love what she's done with Wonder Woman. And, of course, it's Gal Gadot. Like, she is drop-dead gorgeous, and she's going to do, I think, great for this film. And the auction for winning this film came down to Universal, Warner Brothers, Netflix, and Apple. But Paramount Pictures won. They came out on top of this. The film will be produced by Atlas Entertainment's Charles Robin, Patty Jenkins, and Gal Gadot and her Pilot Wave motion picture partner, Sharon Marsano. And let's see here. I read this earlier today, but I don't remember all of it. So we don't have quite a release date yet.
I would think it's still pretty early for that.
But this is definitely starting now. There has been a little bit of backlash saying that casting Gal Gadot as Cleopatra is a little bit of whitewashing, which makes absolutely no sense. since Gal Gadot is from Israel and is. Go ahead.
Not only that, Cleopatra herself was descendant from a long line of people in that area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
in that
she
area.
herself, so yeah, she herself was very Caucasian passing to begin with. And I say that with a little grain of salt. I'm not as brushed up on my history as I could be. So I apologize also for my horrible use of terms, but no.
Yeah,
No.
Of
you
course,
might find
Nice
the
try.
people in
first
that
time.
area more my color. Just saying.
Of course, the original Cleopatra movie starred Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra in 1963, which ended up winning 4 Oscars out of the 9 that they were nominated for. So yeah, but Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot teaming up again for a Cleopatra film, which I'm very excited for because it is a woman's tale being told by women, which I think is the way it should be done, especially with someone of this important with someone as such a important historical value. So I'm very excited for this. I'll be keeping up with any more news about it because I mean it's Patty Jenkins. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
despite the criticism, I will not deny when these two are together, magic happens. So, my criticism is kind of low right now.
Yeah.
But boy, I sure would like to have seen what Wonder Woman looks like, I feel like
Yeah,
I
me
should have
too.
seen that movie already. Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, I should have seen that movie already. I should probably already have it on DVD by now. I'm sorry, I'm
Probably.
complaining.
Right next to your Black Widow DVD, right?
Just rub salt in that wound.
Just,
Just dig it in there.
Which are sitting right next to your Black Widow action figures, right?
yeah, the movie tie-in merchandise that for no movie. Yeah.
Oh,
That's already on clearance.
Oh no, it's gone now. It's gone. That's a damn shame. But anyway, let's move on to some television news. Bryce, hit us up.
I just want to say that I hope Linda Carter's in the Cleopatra movie. That's what
That'd actually be kind of awesome.
ooh.
I like
Legit.
Linda in anything.
Yeah. All right, guys. Captain on the Bridge. We have a new Nickelodeon Star Trek series, Stardate 2021. It's called Star Trek Prodigy. And the producers of this show have lured back Captain Catherine Janeway to be a commanding presence on the TV show on Nickelodeon. And Kate Mulgrew has already started recording in a Starfleet sound booth for this series. And during the virtual meetup for this announcement for this show with her writers and her producer, Alice Kurtzman, she said, and I'm paraphrasing, I played Janeway for 7 years in 4.5-inch heels. I was the first female captain, and now I'm going to be the first children's captain. And what on earth could be better than that? So she's excited about the show, even though at first she was a little bit hesitant because she'd done this for 7 years. But she stated during the virtual meetup that she had read the 4 additional scripts that they had provided her, and she was loving it. And even in her Twitter feed, she had stated #still exploring. She's really looking forward to the show. She's 65 years old now. And, I'm glad that she's going to be returning to this franchise and ushering in new fans and a new generation of fans to this franchise because we need that.
I got to tell you, the resurgence of Star Trek has been absolutely awesome. We've got Discovery going right now. We've got a humorous show, Lower Decks, which I know you hate.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Don't you hate Lower Decks?
No, I love it.
Oh, okay. Who's going to tell me they hated Lower Decks? Anyway, regardless. Okay, so we've got Lower Decks. We've got an additional live action series that's coming.
How dare you?
And now we have an animated series coming from Nickelodeon. And just to give you guys a little bit of insight into what series, it's going to be about these teenagers who find like a broken down derelict starship, and they start using it to boldly go. It's using computer generated
adventure, meaning, and fun.
Yeah, it's going to premiere in 2021. It is going to be using computer animation, and they've already ordered 2 seasons of it. Not just one.
I didn't believe that they had ordered 2 seasons. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. As far as the future of Star Trek, I read Alex Kurtzman. He was on a podcast in the last week or two, and he is excited, and they are planning much more Star Trek to come through the year 2027. These are plans that are in place right now. We're talking about this new show, Prodigy, is the 5th new program that they've developed. Following Discovery and the Section 31 show and for Michelle Yeoh. So this show is, like you said, Jason, it's really revitalized the franchise between Lower Decks and Star Trek Discovery. But I love Lower Decks, but I should also mention that Alex said that the new season of Star Trek Discovery, season 3, wrapped 10 days before the COVID and the pandemic hit. And he said that this season of this show that just started, showing on CBS All Access, it ends up being about what we're going through as a nation, as a race, as a human race right now. So it's really interesting that it's sort of all coming together like it has, sort of by accident, but that's what he said.
I'm happy. I was a latecomer to Discovery, but man, I'm glad I've gotten on the train. But this is more Star Trek, and I couldn't be happier. This is a beloved franchise, and anytime you're opening it up for new fans, like I found my son watching Discovery, which
Really?
yeah, so I'm kind of like, oh well, I have a teenager now, so damn, I have a teenager now. Anyway, but I like that new fans are coming into this. So the next generation was what brought me in. So just keeping it going.
Yeah, the original series, of course, was in reruns when I was a kid, and that's what brought me in. But I've loved all iterations of Star Trek, and how dare you say I hate Lower Decks?
There was somebody else I was talking to that they hate Lower Decks, and I was like, it's funny. Just go with it. It's more
But of
Star
all the
Trek.
people for you to default thinking it was Bryce.
I don't know why I thought it was Bryce. I'm sorry.
You see my hands up in the air, like what?
What you gonna do? Come over here. I'll call phone you.
I'm gonna send you a hate telegram.
There we go. You can actually, you can actually still
Send him a bag of
telegrams.
dicks. Send him a bag of dicks.
But that's great though that Kate Mulgrew's coming back to the franchise though, and just bridging that gap. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I do too. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know how. It's a brand new thing with Nickelodeon being involved, but if they do anything close to what Lower Decks is doing with their content, it's going to be fun.
So cool. I'll definitely be watching this show too. All right, Cor, you got some television news for us, or at least some short animation news.
It is not animation, actually.
Oh,
but
this
it is television.
I'm just getting my notes all wrong tonight.
You are. How dare you?
I know.
All right. So, as we are all aware, there is a very popular franchise in the anime community known as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to pose. I had to. Well, we are going to be getting a mini-series, a live-action mini-series for the offshoot comic for JoJo called Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, which are it's a collection of short stories just following Rohan through different adventures that he goes through, which is also just kind of fun because Araki did come out and say that Rohan was kind of his self-insert character. He relates to some of the stuff that Rohan goes through and stuff, though he is not nearly as much of a dick as Rohan can be, which is nice. But Rohan is a artist and manga creator within the universe, so it's easy to see where that comes in. But it will be 3 episodes premiering on December 28th, 29th, and 30th. The first episode will follow the Fugomura story. The second episode will follow the Kushagora story, and the third story will be the DNA story. Again, this is going to be a live action sort of thing happening, which is like that's just fascinating to me. I'm excited. I can't not be excited
here. I feel like I could go hang this in like an art gallery and watch people go gaga over it, not knowing what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's important to note, by the way, that Araki has done collaborations with his characters with Gucci.
Oh,
wow.
Like there is an entire line, and I will find them for you guys to look at after the show. He basically drew one of his characters, Jolene, in some of Gucci's outfits, and they used it for their advertising in Japan.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's stunning. There's also a comic, and it's one of my other favorites, where Rohan goes to the Louvre and studies artwork there and like solves like a little mystery. But he did his research on the Louvre. I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually been there. And it was interesting, and France fucking loves it. Like I think they have that on sale at the Louvre Museum. All right. So like his art is acclaimed, which is really interesting for a manga creator.
My other question is, have they done anything live action, JoJo?
I feel like they have.
Considering how long the franchise has been around.
Yeah.
Or is this their first dip into the live action field? I'm curious now.
From what I can see, this looks like it will be the first.
Okay, then.
The first kind of foray into live action for them. Now, the current running anime that we have, this is actually the second time we've had this anime. The first time we had it was in a set of OVAs from like the 90s or like 80s, 90s era. It is very hard to find them because they were very bad. They were very, very bad, and it focused only on the I can't remember what the arc is actually called because it's been a minute, but it's the one where the stands first show up. So it follows the third story mostly, and it's not good, guys. I mean, I would seek it out just so you have like this historical record, but
it's like 1994 Fantastic Four. It exists, but that doesn't mean you should go looking for it. Anyway,
exactly. They got a chance basically to correct their sins with this more current anime, which is heaps better. If you want to know more about Rohan before the show comes out, you can watch the Diamond is Unbreakable series. It's actually a good starting point for JoJo because you don't have to have a lot of knowledge going into it. There are characters that come in from previous stories, obviously, but it doesn't take away from the story itself. It's a good starting point if you don't want to start from the beginning. And also you get to meet Rohan, and he's actually a really interesting character. I still recommend you starting from the beginning, though, because got to start with that Fist of the North Star type bullcrap.
Hey, don't you use
Hey, no. Fist of the North Star is great and was one of his inspirations, so I can't knock it.
But does Rohan in the end go help Gondor? I'm sorry. I mean, say Rohan. I can only the rings.
And with that, I'm going to move on to my next story in the television genre. And this might delight people who are fans of all the nostalgia and things coming back because Dexter is coming back. The popular series, which, hey, if you didn't like how it ended, you might be me. But Dexter's coming back one last time. This is an official revival of the Michael C. Hall series. It's going to be arriving fall 2021. Clyde Phillips, who was a showrunner, will be returning with Hall. Let me see. Their quote here: Dexter is such a special series, both for its millions of fans and for Showtime, as this breakthrough show helped put our network on the map many years ago. Agreed to that. Now, they said we would only revisit this unique character if we could find a creative take that was truly worthy of the brilliant original series. Well, I'm happy to report that Clyde Phillips and Michael C. Hall have found it, and we can't wait to shoot it and show the world. Of course, nothing has been shot yet. Michael C. Hall is set to return to the role of Dexter, which I love this show. Looking back retrospectively at it, I'm kind of like, there were some questionable things in there, like the whole killing thing that I cheered, but I'm still going to watch. Like, even with all that and that crappy ending, upon hearing this, I go, yeah, I'm going to go watch me some Dexter. I might actually rewatch the entire series because it was a decent show, and all that stuff about it putting Showtime on the map and everything, agreed. Because I wasn't watching the show when it first came out, but I heard everybody talking about it, which is what brought me into the show. So, yeah. Welcome back, and I don't know. I think we pretty much, he got away scot-free, so he can come back and kill some more people.
Spoiler.
That's what the show's going to, there's no spoiler.
As a fun story to kind of go with this, because this was something I had thought of when I was watching the show, because of course, y'all know I like me some true crime.
Oh, we're about to hear the dark thoughts of Core. Go.
No, it was literally I had concerns because they would show like his like kill rooms and stuff. I was like, no, that would actually maybe like that's feasible to work if they could get timing down. We shouldn't be telling people this. Someone's going to try and copy this. And then I realized, oh, no one's that stupid. Well, I was proven wrong. There was actually a case of a filmmaker, I believe in Canada, who attacked someone and they got away. And he was like, no, it was for a movie. And they kind of like, no, nice try, no. And he had actually killed, like he got off with a warning kind of thing. Like let me get. No. It gets better. Like the person didn't end up pressing charges because he didn't like make contact. He acted like he was going to attack him, is what he kind of figured. But the next person was not so lucky. He full on killed this person in his garage, in his kill room, and they found his horror script, like for his like horror Dexter movie. Dexter was his inspiration, kind of thing, and the whole thing was basically like the way he killed someone was literally almost shot for shot a film he helped write.
So they
wasn't a good film.
Flag on this dude. Let him go with a warning. He kills. Oh my god, that's
Are you really surprised though?
I would like to point out that
humanity fails me daily.
Well, I also want to point out that the guy that let Jeffrey Dahmer's victim go back to Dahmer was able to retire with honors.
Oh,
because so like we can't really be surprised when the law has decided, oh well, since they're not pressing charges, we really can't do anything. Bye-bye. Like it just baffled me that I was proven so incredibly wrong. no, someone did it. And he's still he was still a huge fan of Dexter because he was doing this when the show was still happening. And the guy that was like recounting the tale, he's like, well, really hope he had a TV in prison to watch the ending because I heard it was shite. And,
that is actually a perfect segue from committing murder to solving them. Bryce, give us the next bit of news, and please let's just move on from that. I know.
Wait, so he helped co-write? There was a co-writer on that script.
He was the writer for a very, 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 very bad movie. Okay. Like you can't even find this movie because they basically destroyed it.
Okay.
It's like I will see if I can find the title of it for you, but it's he showed like a clip of it in his recounting video, and I couldn't take it. The acting in it was worse than like a child actor that you just found off the street. And these were
Okay.
adults.
Wow.
Anyways,
So
Okay.
give us some
Cora,
more TV news, Bryce.
Cora and Ricardo duck, because I'm about to do this to Jason. Okay,
Take the maker. We can take over the show.
oh no.
All right. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Okay, McCree.
Okay. So guys, there is a mobile organism designed for killing. Only for killing.
Okay.
Are you aware of MODOK and the Patton Oswalt connection?
I've
Is it
heard of it
really-
actually,
Oh my
yes.
God! Look at this.
Oh
It's gonna be fun.
no.
It's going to be fun.
Oh
Look at
no.
that picture.
Okay, so Hulu thought it would be a great idea to bring together Patton and his other fellow actors for a virtual con meetup promoting their new show, MODOK, premiering hopefully soon. We have some still images, and during the virtual meetup, they did provide some clips from the show, which was great. If you take Project Robot Chicken with their puppets and their stop motion animation and combine it with Marvel, that's what MODOK's going to be, and it's going to be great, guys. It's basically the writers and Patton Oswalt were talking about. The show is going to be what are the mundane moments, involved when you're trying to run an evil organization. And also, how does a giant floating toilet relate to his children and his wife? So these guys were a lot of fun. You're going to have Ben Schwartz of Parks and Rec,
Oh,
Andy
hell yeah.
of Lucifer, Melissa Fumero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and
Awesome.
Pat
Yes.
Oswalt and others.
I'm in.
The show looks like a lot of fun.
also Amy Garcia. Oh, I love me some Amy Garcia. She's his wife. What? She's the other floating head here. This is great.
Well,
Ben
actually,
Schwartz
she's
is going
not
to
a
be.
floating head, Jason. She's a regular human.
Wait, then who's the other floating head there?
I think it might be his daughter.
Oh my God. Oh, oh yeah. She is playing Melissa Tarleton, his 17-year-old daughter, who shares her father's appearance.
Yes.
So, okay. So that's the family. Ben Schwartz is playing the son. Amy Garcia is playing. Oh my God. It's a multiracial family. I love that. So
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
this looks like it's going to be. I haven't seen any clips. I think I need to go find them now.
Well, you do. If you search out their panel, you'll find it. The New York, I believe it was the New York Comic-Con panel, and it's wonderful. AIM is involved, and it's fantastic. Yeah, you're going to like it.
Wendy McClendon Covey is his workplace arch nemesis. I love her from Reno 911. She was the blonde lady on Reno 911. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt's great. So, yeah, I'm in. Who am I going? I'm going to argue with Patton Oswalt? I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
No. And I like Robot Chicken a lot. So, if you like Marvel and you like that style, because they're actually doing, Jason, this has an alternate heads tie-in. I mean, I've seen some background footage on this.
Mm-hmm.
These puppets are manufactured, and it looks just like retro cloth Mego.
Hold on. Listen to the premise of this show. After spending years failing to gain control of the world and battling superheroes along the way, MODOK, having been removed from his company AIM after it falls into bankruptcy and is sold to the rivaling Grumble, Grumbl, begins to deal with his tainting family while facing a midlife crisis. Oh my God, I'm in. This sounds crazy, and I'm wow.
You
Okay.
here for it?
Yeah. I'm glad I got my Hulu.
I think it's crazy not to try it.
I could, after all you've heard, seriously, I'll go watch the clips now. You'll probably know after I watch the clips. I'll probably say something in our chat. So, MODOK series, bring it.
Cool.
Rick, you got something else in television, and then we got to start wrapping up. But
Yep. So Disney back in the day, times were different. Dumbo had a few racist depictions, and so did Peter Pan, along with several other movies, including The Swiss Family Robinson and much others. So Disney is kind of doing something about it on Disney Plus. When you watch one of these movies, you will now get a little thing beforehand that says a disclaimer. That's the word I was looking for. Disclaimer. There will be a little disclaimer that says this program is presented as originally created. It may contain outdated cultural depictions. So the company has been grappling for years with how to address stereotypes that were in TV shows and movies decades ago, but look jarring today. Streaming brings the problem to the fore. In Dumbo in 1941, 69 years ago. The crows that helped Dumbo learn to fly are depicted as exaggerated black stereotypical voices. The lead crow's name is Jim Crow, which, of course, most of us know that was the laws that were used to legalize segregation. And then in Peter Pan from 1953, Native American characters are caricatured. Other movies with this disclaimer, like I said, is Swiss Family Robinson and also The Jungle Book. Now, Pocahontas and Aladdin do not have this disclaimer, despite some people saying that it does also contain stereotypes, which you can go back and forth on the debate. So but they're not as bad as the stuff from the 40s and 50s and 60s and so on and so forth. So you will get this, whatever you put on that film, it will show up or show. And then there was a thing that said, this disclaimer is a good way to begin discussions about the larger issue of racism that is embedded in our cultural history, said Gail Wald, an American Studies chairwoman at George Washington University. Our cultural patronymy in the end is deeply tethered to our histories of racism, our histories of colonism, and our histories of sexism. So in that sense, it helps open up questions, especially with younger children. So yeah, and of course, there's other companies that have also had this kind of issue. Universal Pictures with 16 Candles has been criticized for a character in the film called Long Duck Dong, which of course is kind of stereotypical for Asian characters. And then Warner Brothers with Tom and Jerry, and some of those companies have started putting on in disclaimers as well for some movies in their streaming services. So yeah, but I mean, like, Disney is by no means innocent in any of this, because I mean, they've had some really bad films out there, especially like Song of the South, which has never been released commercially in any sort of way other than the theater that one time back in the 30s or 40s. So, but speaking of disclaimers, there is one other thing I want to hit on real quick. Because
we got a couple
in
more.
1978, we had the Star Wars Holiday Special come out. It was only shown once because of how bad it was. But guess what? It's coming back this time as Lego. That is right. We're getting the Holiday Special on November 17th on Life Day in Lego form. So keep an eye out for that on Disney Plus, streaming only on Disney Plus on November 17th.
Horrible poster. That is sick and twisted.
I'm confused by that poster. Are we seeing everything in Lego form, but the audio is going to be from the '78 show?
I have no idea.
That would
watch that. I would watch that.
I would torture myself for that.
I would too.
I guess it's a new holiday special, but
I actually have a tidbit about that holiday special, but after the show. I'll tell you all about it.
All right.
Okay.
You had one more in television, Bryce, that I wanted you to get to. That you sent over?
Yes. Yes. Okay. In 2017, at Saul's Jewelry Store in a strip mall in New Orleans, there were armed. There were men wearing ski masks, carrying assault rifles, and they were being filmed in a scene that was going to air in an episode of NCIS New Orleans. Now, the people in the neighborhood did not know that there was any production being performed or filmed that day during the daytime in that city of New Orleans. So what happened was, of course, people got alarmed. People called the police. And tell me, does it sound like a good idea that this would be done? This sort of guerrilla type filmmaking done by a major network in a city in New Orleans, where you have a dozen deputies arriving to the scene in what they think is a real emergency, where they're confronting armed robbers in a store, and the actors don't know that the actual police are showing up with real guns.
Oh, wow.
So this has come to light because two actors and a jewelry store owner are filing a lawsuit saying CBS misled them into filming this realistic guerrilla-style scene for this episode without having proper permits and informing police and the neighbors.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. You have to at least tell the neighborhood what is happening, especially in the time we're in right now. Like,
Well, this was in 2017, but still, yes.
oh, still, yeah, like,
Still.
you know what? Still stands. Still stands.
Yes.
You
Holy
can't do
shit.
that.
Yeah, this
That's
is
a good
something I would
shot.
expect to happen, maybe some kids doing, their own little, theater style production on their VHS camcorder or something. That you would expect to hear this story maybe in the 80s or 90s or the early aughts, but not in today's society. I
Also-
can't imagine this happening, especially with a major network risking. I mean, these people could have been fired upon by
Oh,
real.
yeah.
Oh, this would have been a
Yeah.
bloodbath. Holy crap.
Also, like, I should know. I just still can't get over. Yeah, we don't need to tell the neighborhood at all that we're gonna have a fake robbery and have this happening. Nah, they don't need to know. We just need to terrorize them too, I guess.
Right. It's crazy.
Damn. Okay.
It's crazy. Now, just for the record, I want you to know that the major core actors of the show, the principal leads, they were
Yeah.
not in this. These were extras that were confronted by armed officers of the law, but still, the extras and the jewelry store owner are now, and other people probably, are suffering from PTSD.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Also, as a note, if they had one of the major actors there, that might have been a tip-off that it was staged. To be fair, like that would have been a tip-off for the neighborhood, because at least someone in that neighborhood watches that show. It's still a popular show.
What a mess. Total.
I would have
screw
thought the
up.
cameras outside the thing would have given it away, but I guess not.
Well, I mean, for all they know, it could just be news anchors trying to catch that understand.
They'll understand.
That's a
This
good
is
point.
guerrilla-style filmmaking. So what we're talking about is a camera, and it's only one. There may not be multiple cameras in this deal.
That's fair.
That's true. And it could also probably, like, if it's guerrilla style, it may be like a GoPro or something where it's a more hidden camera.
Yeah.
So honey,
Like-
how did filming go today? Well, the cops showed up and almost shot me.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure multiple extras went, you know what? Acting ain't worth it anymore in Hollywood
good.
and left. I mean, I would have done that. Like, nope, bye. I don't get paid enough for this.
Now, I don't know what those extras got paid that day to stand there and act in their ski masks, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't enough.
They have to get paid for that because they're paid by the day. So they did get paid, but they better have gotten like their their therapy paid for too, because they definitely needed it after
I
that.
think you need to add some zeros to that check. I'm just saying. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got two more. Core, you had something about gaming to add, and I got something comic, and then
Yes.
we're gonna close out the show. But
Then I got one
Yes.
too.
you got one. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead, Cora. Go ahead, Cora.
All right. So we had another, I guess it would count as a mini update to Final Fantasy XIV on Tuesday, but it is something that we have all been waiting for. So with patch 5.2, we were given our relic weapons for our level 80 characters. This is always something that everyone is always excited for. You know, you get a weapon that's like special, and then later on you get to do various things to upgrade it, make it dyeable so you can dye certain parts of different colors, make it glow and look pretty. And just, you know, it's something to grind for and have fun with. And with this update, we got how we do that. And that is and I'm going to mispronounce it, so please, I'm sorry, the Bosjan Southern Front. And I have to admit, I'm actually very impressed because the whole thing with the story is that you're basically helping a race take back their home from the Garleans, which are the enemies. So you're helping them fight the Empire. And it's set up like you're going to the southern front of the war. And they have it set up so that it kind of looks like you are on a battlefield. They've got the sandbags with the barbed wire. There's trenches everywhere. There's monsters and robots just everywhere. And there are different little boss fates that will pop up. So you'll have to fight like specific bosses, which are really interesting and fun. And that's actually where like a lot of like the hard stuff comes in, like our little red friend here. For everyone who's played Final Fantasy, you know that this is a chocobo. In particular, this is a red chocobo. In Final Fantasy XI and in some parts in Final Fantasy XIV, it's also referred to as the Meteor Chocobo, because the chocobo can cast Meteor, which is a very deadly spell. It can kill a lot of things. This fate is hard. You have 48 people per boss in these fights, and they're actually usually pretty difficult. So you have 48 people going up against a single chocobo. And I experienced this. We're like, it can't be that bad. Twitter's just exaggerating. And the fight started, and his health was going down pretty fast. You're like, this feels too easy.
Famous last words.
And then hell happened. There was lots of fire. Like, I legitimately don't know what happened. I died at some point. I thought I was still moving. I was not. I was dead. And I just kind of I just started moving my camera around, just watched bodies fall. Healers were trying to heal people, were trying to raise people. Like, it was insanity. We won. But at what cost is the question. And that's the level of what's happening with the update. Like, you have 48 random people that you've never met before, all working for this common goal, and it's kind of fun. If you go in there solo, you have people pulling you into their party, so you can benefit from like buffs and you can get heals better. Like, it kind of is interesting to see the camaraderie that's come out of it. I didn't expect that kind of thing to happen. There's also actually something really fun with it where it will randomly select one of those 48 people to throw you against one of those bosses solo. So we all get to stand outside and watch you die in 5 seconds. And everyone has accepted that, no, I'm going to die. We all know I'm going to die. I mean, there was one guy, he was in there, are y'all ready to watch me eat shit? Ran in there, got 2 hits in, and then just 1 hit killed. It was great. It's been a lot of fun. It has been my life for the past 48 hours. Probably going to go back in there when the show is over, because I need my thing. But as a real quick note, if you don't want to do the Southern Front, but you still want to update your relic weapon, they have updated, as long as you have the quest for it, you can go to the Heaven's Ward areas to farm for the things you need and run level 60 dungeons to get the final pieces. So you have the option to not do it, but it's honestly more fun. Even if you only do it once, I recommend it. It's different, and it's a good different.
All right.
I tried to actually put some pictures I took, but the PlayStation wouldn't let me take them off. So you get the intimidating red boy
Yeah, I
instead.
already moved back to the 4-shot, so we had it up there.
Yeah, you had the red boy up there. You saw his intimidating presence. It's been equated to the bunny from Monty Python because it's like, oh, he's so
And
cute.
then he kills you.
Yes, yes, he did.
I was hoping to save this for last, but apparently I didn't add up the stories that way, so Ricardo gets to go last. But it's a good day on the show when I get to tell you something about Power Rangers.
Yeah,
So,
buddy.
it is accepted lore within Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that Tommy Oliver, who was the Green Ranger, lost his powers and came back as the White Ranger. Well, currently Power Rangers is doing gangbusters with Boom Comics and a lot of those characters coming back. They're expanding on stories. It's great. And there was a curious image release that showed our red, blue, black, yellow, pink, and white Rangers along with a new Green Ranger.
What?
Yes, we are getting a new Green Ranger in a completely differently designed costume. You can see him down there on the right. We don't know who this character is, but they have said he is going to be a new member of the team. This will be somebody introduced solely in the comics with no backing to any of the shows or anything. But this is that's a 7-person team right there. I like big Power Ranger teams, but he or she will be making their debut in Boom Studios' Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 55. And I'm picking this up. I wonder who it's going to be. Is it going to be an established character? Is it going to be a new character? Will it be Skull? Because I kind of hope it'll be Skull.
Jason, I have a spoiler for you.
You don't.
It's you.
I wish. I do like that it's a differently designed costume. And as a fan of the Lightning Collection series, Hasbro hook a brother up. And he does have the Dragon Dagger too, so we'll see where this goes. I want all the Rangers. Give me new designs. Give me more designs. More Rangers make my life happy. All right.
What if it's not a male?
I'm okay with that too.
Like that be like a good twist. Like I'm not saying it like a bad thing.
It'd be not. It's something that I wouldn't be more or less excited if it's a female member coming to the team, and it could be they're wearing a dragon shield, so you know,
you can't tell.
So if
you know what,
a female character, I actually that would be better.
You know what? I'm gonna give my off the wall, totally not correct. Please don't take me seriously theory. It's Kimberly.
Oh, actually,
That would make sense, actually, I think.
I don't know.
I haven't watched Power Rangers in a while. The last thing I remember watching was the Ivan Ooze movie, and I remember that they were an item. Like, that's all I got.
I think I could make something actually happen canonically and make Kimberly the new Green Ranger. But anyway, let's move on. We got one last story. This is the last one, and it's actually a pretty good one. Rick, go ahead and hit us.
So Margot Robbie and Christina Hodson had a inaugural screenwriting lab, which is called nope, I just had it. I lost it. It's called the Lucky Exports Pitch Program, and they had 6 women be part of the screenwriting program, and they have a 100% success rate. Every single one of these screenwriters has sold a script, and all of them are set for distribution. That is right. All 6 women have sold a film or TV show, and they're all going to be made and distributed. Yes.
Actually, let me give an addendum to that. This is 6 feature films. This is not television. These are films.
No. One of them is a TV.
Okay.
One of them is a TV show, which I'll get to here in a second. So the 6 writers are Sue Chong, Charmaine the Great, Eileen Jones, Faith Liu, Dagny Looper, and Maria Sten. Sue Chong has a movie called Sanctuary that's been acquired and distributed by Universal Studios. Charmaine the Great has a film called Protege, which is a lethal spy games ensemble thriller, which is in negotiations with Thunder Road. Eileen Jones has a movie called Highwayman, which is going to be distributed by New Line. Faith Liu has a movie called Grinders, which is a teen slasher centered around a group of biohacking college kids. Also, that one's being distributed by Sony and in development with Blumhouse. So that's huge. Dagny Looper has a film called Hijack, which is in development as a feature for Warner Brothers. And then Maria Sten, a show called Legacy, which is developed as a TV show, which is a high-concept heist drama set in the criminal underbelly of New Orleans. So yes, all 6 women that attended this screenwriting workshop have sold a script, and they're all being made into reality. And that is amazing. That is awesome. We need more women screenwriters.
This is great news. I got to say, this is really promising news. And I've been critical of Margot Robbie, and I can't anymore. I just can't. All 6 of these women are going to go further in their career. Damn. My hat's off to you.
Congratulations to all 6 women, and I'm hoping for many, many more through this workshop.
If it's opening more doors for them to get their projects off the ground, damn it, I'm done. I'm done bad. I will not say anything bad about Margot Robbie again. I can't. How can I?
Yeah. Congratulations,
Good for those
ladies. You
women.
guys deserved it.
Yes, they
Yeah.
totally.
And I want to say that I predict that 7th Power Ranger will probably be a mole for General Tarkin, because he wants those Power Rangers eliminated.
I just thought of a crossover I want all of a sudden. But anyway,
You're welcome.
I mean, Hasbro has the license for the malls. Oh, wait, it's all Hasbro. Oh, this could happen. This could happen. Write it
Right?
up. Anyway, guys, okay, we run over a little bit, but thank you. That has been our show. Thank you, Cora, Bryce, and Rick for joining me this week. Good stuff. If you want to follow SCNS Live, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at SCNS Live. Of course, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/SCNS Live. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. We need your love in this time where we can't go out and do the things that we normally want to do, like go to cons. I miss cons.
Cons.
If you want to follow us, individually, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JasonEX. Cora, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter for art-related things at Corodono Art. I have been posting and drawing some different witchy boys for the month of October. You can look forward to some updates on that coming soon.
Make Bryce a witchy boy.
You know, actually, I haven't done a witchy boy of just muscle, so I might just have to do that.
Make Bryce a witchy boy.
All of
Yeah.
them have been
Can we get a flex price?
like magic and stuff, so I might I might have to make just a buff witch boy and name it Bryce.
I like it.
But if you want to follow me for Final Fantasy related things, basically just me screaming that I got killed by the red chocobo again, you can follow me on Twitter at chaotic_noodle.
All right. Bryce, where can they find you, bud?
You can find me standing in front of Mondo posters right here. And also at Bryce Culver on Facebook and Instagram, and I have a toy page on Instagram called Trapdoor Toys. So check that out.
Rick, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. I'm doing the 366-day challenge. If my counting is correct, we are day 289 so far this year. That was today. So yeah, you can follow me doing that as we get closer to the end of this hell of a year. And shout out to you, babe.
All right. And of course, we can't end the show without saying, go vote. If early voting's open, go do it now. Only 19 more days left until November 3rd. Go vote. Make your voice heard.
Do it.
Anyway,
Vote.
that has been our show, guys. We'll see you next week. And as we always say around here, keep on nerding.
Keep on nerd.
Nerd.
Later.